Well then guys, welcome back to Pestcontrol UK. Just dealing with a few bloody more moles absolutely everywhere, making a right mess of everything. So I've told my landowner that I'll have another crack at them. I've sorted all the ones in the garden, so it's time to get on with fields. So I'm using just these little claw traps again. Just put the trigger in there, goes through and he's whammed. So I'll show you how to set a few more. So yeah, first thing you've got to do is find the most active molehill you can. Some people set them, they'll probe around an area and set them going from molehill to molehill, but you can just get your claw traps and set them straight in some of the active molehills, and yeah, you still catch them. So it's just if you get like a little probe or something like that, see straight away it's just so loose there, so you know it's there pretty much. I mean, you just get a little trowel. It's not really the best one, but it does the job. And there we go, it's easy as that. There's an active tunnel there already, but this one's actually going through that way down to this way, so it's best to obviously get them running straight across, but I've got enough traps to slap on in here as well, so I may as well, because it looks like the freshest one out of them all really. Last mole that I caught in a garden, it gave me a right run around. It took me about 2 bloody weeks to catch the little bugger, but it just makes it that much more satisfying when you actually get them. And it was only one mole as well, to see how much damage it made. And yeah, if you just look down there, there's one going down that way there, and then back through there. So you just dig the hole out and get the right depth and stuff, and get it nice in there. Make sure when you set your trap the cell's nice and loose, so it doesn't obstruct the trap from closing properly, because that's how normally they get away. So I'll just pop that back over there, and then I'll show you it's set up. So that still needs a little bit more taken out at the sides there. So you can use doofus traps as well, but claw traps are just so much easier to set. And moles, they're quite, horses are bloody coming over. The moles are quite clean creatures, so they like to keep their runs nice and clear, so you just have to make sure you're just checking out any loose soil what you've put in there, because otherwise they could get discouraged and they just won't use it. So I think that should be alright. So obviously whichever way the hole's facing, you want your trap in that general direction. Alright. Oh, some bloody followers, Anna. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Go on, go away. I'm trying to do some mole trapping. Really nosy creatures, aren't they? Come on. Right. Go on, back. Go. Come on. No. Trying to talk to it like it's a dog there. No. Go away. It's alright, I'm only a small guy. They tower over me like bloody twice the size of me, these bloody guys are. Come on. Back off. Try to do this for your bloody legs as well. Little git. So yeah, it's just as simple as that. You make sure you get your trigger nice and flush with ground. So this will be one set in a minute. So you just cover it up and that's it really. So yeah, it's as simple as that really. I'll show you how to do it a few times, and obviously you can see I've just marked them up so people can see. And obviously with the horses around I am going to get a few bamboo sticks and just rope it all up. It's not like it's going to discourage them, but you know, the worst thing they're going to do is just knock it, and it's not going to harm them or anything like that. So obviously the landowner knows. I'm doing it on this side of the field as well, so that's not an issue. So there's one down. I've got about another 5 or so to go. So same thing again. I'm not going to record the full thing here. I'll just get the tunnel found and everything and show you it same thing. What? So it's pretty handy, these little probes are, because as you can see there, you know, you go through a bit of solid ground and you know, you must be able to hear that how hollow it is there. And I think this guy's making his way down there somewhere, so I'll probably see a few more lils pop up around here. But yeah, I'll get all this dug out and show you how to set it again. So yeah, there you go, I've dug it out. So same again, you just bringing up any loose soil away from there, because like I say, they do like to keep the holes nice and their tunnels, sorry, nice and tidy. So you just grabbing out any loose soil what you've chucked into there by digging it out. So yeah, it's going from there to there. So that one's a bit better than the other one. So and you just set this one straight down, and you want it to just be touching. Sorry if I use my probe with my finger. You want it to just be touching dead on bottom there, and you don't want to make the holes too big, because they will just burrow around it, and that gets annoying. So yeah, I'll get this one set. And see, once you've kind of got it the right size, what I like to do is just kind of just worm it in, just loosen around all that other soil. And if you have to, you know, like just dig out a little bit more, but round sides and that, so it's a nice tight fit. But yeah, just keep worming it down until you see it touch bottom of that tunnel. And then obviously when the trigger traps, it'll be nice and responsive, nothing obstructing it or anything, and the guy will get caught and he won't be running away. So yeah, it's as simple as that. And you just obviously use the loose soil from the molehill, so you don't want to be using any soil, you know, too thick or out like that, or it'll just obstruct the trigger. Making sure you've covered up all the daylight and stuff. And yeah, there's a second trap down, so let's get some more down. So this one looks quite big. So again, obviously there's no point in trying to probe this one straight away. You may as well worm a bit of that soil away, because that's massive. And I've read up about them, when you see the massive huge tunnels, the massive huge mounds, normally a few feet down there's a thing called a mating chamber. And apparently the females just go through the tunnel, drop into it, and the males just have the way with them pretty much. Yeah, think of a better word to put it. But yeah, because obviously that one's going to be running there to this one. There'll be one coming back towards you at the camera. Yep. See how, you know, it's, and then bang, it just nice and easy to move it down. And I'm guessing there's probably one down there as well. Yeah, there you go. So it's as simple as that. This is just like an old barbecue stew, you know, just wrapped a little bit of electrical tape around it. It does the job. Obviously if you do it all the time, it's probably worth buying a proper probing thing, but I don't know, the thinner the better really, because we don't want to be stabbing holes in everyone's land and stuff, making, you know, more damage than the moles actually do. So yeah, I'll get this one dug out and show you the same again. So this one was a lot deeper. Obviously it's like maybe the full depth of my trap, in fact, but I found it. Let's get away some of that. So yeah, it's just the camera a bit differently. So it's just down there, so it's going straight through there and then back towards you, back towards the camera. So should be big enough to just slap straight down this one. Oh yeah, there you go. Trigger touching ground, like I said. And then he's definitely going to trigger it. And just nice and gently. Hope your camera can see this properly. And yeah, just nice and gently just collapse it all back on top. And like I say, it's as simple as that. It just takes a few goes to get hang of it really, but it's not rocket science really. And there you go, there's 3. Oh yeah, same again. Found the hole. Get the width and everything the right size for your trap. Just use your 2 fingers and just kind of reach in the tunnel. Just pulling out all that, because that little bit there in his tunnel all messy could completely set him off and he could just mound up somewhere else. Get your trap again. Pretty good and effective these traps are. I think you can pick them up, well I know you can pick them up from Amazon for about, I don't know, 20 quid for 5 or something like that, and then just a few quid for postage. If you're like me and you don't really go to gardening centres much and that, and you just grab them off Amazon or eBay, wherever you want to find them really. Again, just worming it in really, just so it loosens all the soil around the forks, so they'll be nice and responsive. And in there until you touch the bottom with the trigger. And just collapsing it in again. So that's 4 claw traps set in the space of like 10 minutes, you know, it doesn't take really long. So there's number 4. So yeah, just look at the state of it all, it's absolute everywhere, so that's the next one. So you'll find when you start trapping moles, some of them are that easy to find. All I did was just burrow down with my fingers and I found it already. Some of them really aren't that deep at all. But I just can't stress enough that if you're doing this on someone's land, just try not to make as much of a mess as the moles are doing, because it just completely defeats the point. So yeah, I'll just have to dig this one out a bit more, but I won't bore you with that one again because you've seen it already now 4 times. So yeah, there it is. Going straight down there, obviously leading to all the rest of them. Set that down there. Yeah, just open it up. Obviously, I don't need to say, do not let your hand off the trap until you're obviously away from the danger zone of the trap. So you just want these little things. You can just try and set it as fine as possible, but I've found, to be honest, if they're smashing through it, they're still going to trigger it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then again, just worming it down into the hole, loosening up all the soil so it's nice and free to trigger. There you go. Just collapse all the soil down. And it's as easy as that. Whether you've got an easy mole or a tricky mole to catch, you'll soon find out if you keep getting false triggers, because what happens if they sense them, they'll just turn around and kick all the soil into your trap and set them off. So hopefully next few days we'll get some, and obviously if I see any triggered, then I'll do the recording of pulling the traps up and stuff. So yeah, hopefully we get a few guys. Yeah, I was going to be using some of these doofus traps as well, but obviously you need to, these kind of go pretty much in the ground, and I just don't have any markers with me today, so but I think these claw traps will sort these ones out in the area. So anyway, it's time to do a bit of shooting with my BSC Ultra C for anyone that's into shooting out there. It's been tuned by AirTech, and you can see the video on my channel if you fancy having a look. So hopefully guys, we'll get a few moles. Now then guys, so I'm back again. Obviously another one's triggered. I did post a group on my Facebook, you know, of me setting them, obviously on the video, setting them in the actual mounds, and some guys said they were the feeding mounds, but I have caught them before like that. So I thought, obviously as you can see, I've probed around the outside of the mound and put it in the main tunnel, and one sprung, so fingers crossed we've got one. Look, it was quite heavy actually. Oi, there you go. One little moley. Not bad at all. and I've noticed there hasn't been any more popping up, so this damage could just be this one little guy here. So yeah, that's how you catch them all. So I'll set this one back down, and I'll keep him down for another day or so, see if any more spring. If not, what you do then is you just go around, either get a wheelbarrow sorry, and a shovel, or just stomp them all down, and then obviously you'll know if any new ones appear. But yeah, there's one little moley down, not bad. So guys, I just did a sweep around and stuff, and I noticed that's another 2 more that was in the garden again. So what I've done is I'm doing this other method where you probe out the runs, so you start from the mound, and obviously you can see there the hollowness, the drop, that's the locating the tunnel, and then that way as well, so it's going out that way somewhere. So you just dig out a nice mound, so once you've caught him you can just put it back in, no damage. So same again, just doing that, and you just get it in, worming it again, there you go, until the trigger touches bottom, and just trickle your soil in. She told me to keep a count on them as well, so yeah, that's 1 so far anyway from when I started doing it again. So yeah, it's just another method instead of putting them in the feeding mounds. Now then guys, so I set some doofish traps, because as you can see down here, I set 5 of them down, so fingers crossed. I've already had one today at another location. Fingers crossed I've got one in this one. Whee! There you go. Second mole at day from a different location. He's a right fat boy as well, he is. So there you go, that's how you catch moles with claw traps and doofus traps. And obviously I'll keep pulling a few out so you can see. Now then guys, right, so last trap what caught was a doofus or barrel trap. So I'm just going to show you how to set one of these. Same principle, you just dig out your hole again, so I won't let you watch that again. And then I'll show you how to place it in, and they're all down there as well. They're making a right mess they are, so I need to get them sorted quick. Yeah, so you just dig the hole, same again, just a flap, and then just make sure that these little nooses are touching the bottom, like so. And then just same again, we're just covering it up. So yeah, that's how you set some claws and doofus traps, and you've seen them both catch.